and our cultural update for January into February. Things happening until our next broadcast. Do you call it broadcasting in our next podcast? It just doesn't quite sound like podcasting. Just doesn't verbify for me yet for some reason.
Not yet.
Anyway, at the Fonseca Theater, the Ballad of Kluck and Vinette opens January 25th, runs through February 17th. You also, over at the IRT, Every Brilliant Thing just opened and runs for the next few weeks. There's some applause, some IRT people. Meanwhile, the Phoenix Theater has Apples in Winter, starring Jan Lucas, who was one of our guests last month.
Love Jan. Brilliant actress.
There's this improvisational group called Act-A-Foo Improv
I've heard of them.
Crew.
I've heard of them. They're good.
They have a show at They are close your ears for a second. I have not laughed this hard in a long time than I did at the most recent show by Act-A-Foo Improv Group. I encourage you to get out to see them. Tell us about that show, January 25th.
It's funny.
There we go. Very audience participatory. Up at the Studio Theater at the Center for the Performing Arts, Actors Theater of Indiana does the musical spoof Ruthless, which is based on old movies like The Bad Seed, that kind of thing. Funny little musical comedy there. Have to mention this one, and I'm announcing this for the first time, by the way. The beginning of Butler University's theater season this year was a play of mine called We Are Still Tornadoes that is based on a novel by Michael Kuhn and Susan Mullen, a piece that I love a lot, a book that I loved a lot, got the rights to adapt. It opened Butler's season. We are heading toward a producer's reading of it in New York.
Wow.
And prior to that, we are doing kind of a thank you event here with the cast that did it at Butler, for those who missed it and those who want to see it again. January 26th at Indy Reads Books, we'll be presenting We Are Still Tornadoes. So I hope you can come out to that. That's on the 6th. On the 7th, East Meets West, January 27th, the Indianapolis Chamber Orchestra concert. 26th. Why did I have 27th here? I'm sorry. You're going to come up and correct me and tell us about it in just a minute. That's at the Schrott Center. Broadway in Indianapolis touring has School of Rock the Musical coming January 29th through February 3rd. The David Sanborn Jazz Quartet is playing at the Palladium February 8th. The Carmel Symphony Orchestra on February 9th. Right in the middle of Oscar season is presenting cinematic soundtrack pieces from Superman, The Magnificent Seven, Schindler's List, and others. February 9th, Pinka Zuckerman at the Hilbert Circle Theater, the world-class violinist. And some woman named Megan Christine Martin will be at the Hi-Fi launching her new album, February 23rd. Also, if you want to take home some Megan music, she has some recordings available for sale either now or after the show. And they come in these handmade, one-of-a-kind sleeves.
She made them herself, guys.
That she made herself. So pick up music on the way.
Support the arts.
Anyone else involved in a show or production coming up in the next month? Get up here and tell us about it.
We are doing a series of performances called Black Hoosiers Untold Tales.
Who's we?
Connor Prairie. Surprise.
Surprise.
That's every Saturday night in February at 7 p.m. So come to Connor Prairie, go above 96. You can do it. And and we're also facilitating conversation after each performance with some amazing partners. One of them is CICF and Tamra, who is right in the back of the room there. So we want to encourage everybody to come out here and talk about history and race at Connor Prairie. Thank you.
Very good. And the event that I kind of messed up?
Well, the Indianapolis Chamber Orchestra presents East Meets West on Saturday, January 26th. It is a concert that explores the cross-cultural influences between Eastern and Western music. And the featured guest artist is Wu Man. She is the world's foremost pipa player, which is an ancient Chinese stringed instrument, and she is a founding member of the Silk Road Ensemble. She has toured with Yo-Yo Ma. She is really quite something, And this will be at 7:30, Saturday, January 26th, at the Schrott Center for the Arts on the campus of Butler University. So I hope you'll join us. Thank you.
Thank you.
On Tuesday night at the Phoenix Theater, we will be talking about the opioid crisis. I'm Sally Wasmuth. I'll be talking about theater and using it to address the crisis. 6 o'clock.
Yay!
Anyone else? Go see as much live arts
Please
as humanly
do.
possible.
Please.